Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz on April 18, 2016 at 12:23 a.m. Birmingham topic. Y'all gonna get mad at me on this one. I think I'm gonna take some heat, but hey, I don't know, heat or cold, it doesn't matter to me. But let me tell you what started this. And I have two subjects. I have abortion and I have illegals. And you're not going to hear what have to say about either. So, if you recall, Trump was pulled over the coals. He was ripped apart because he spoke up and said if a woman had an abortion, then yes, she should pay the price. They tried to crucify him when he said that. But what they did was left out the whole question. They said if abortion became illegal and against the law, and then a woman had an abortion, what would you do? Is it illegal? Should she be fined? He said, yes, she broke the law. They crucified Trump, but they did it by twisting around the question and left out half of it. And it was Chris Matthews was the man that did it. Chris Matthews, he is the I forget him. I believe he's gay. I really believe Matthews is gay. But that's fine. He can blow his own horn and toot all he wants. Any case, did you know since 1960 we do know of 60 million babies have been murdered in America alone? 60 million that we know. And there are at least any educated person can take an educated guess that if that many is known, there's probably at least 25 million that's not known. Because back then, it was hidden. It was going on. Look, I'm going to tell you something that happened to me one time, and I'm not changing the subject. I'm staying on this. There was a Mississippi black reverend. He's on a late night, and when I used to go to Florida, I would travel at night. I just drove at night because there was no traffic. And I would drive from here to there, or from here to Gulfport, or from here to Mobile in about 4 hours. I mean, I would set the hammer down and I would go. Listen to a black preacher on the way one night, going to Florida, and he was talking about his church. His church put the money up and paid for a dozen girls. The oldest wasn't even 18. Paid for breast implants on all these girls. And why did he do that? He said the reason is because they had no way to get ahead in life unless they had something that attracted men. In other words, what he's doing is condoning prostitution. So help me, I promise you, Lord God knows that's the truth. I nearly swallowed my Adam's apple. In fact, I think I did. But when he said that, it blew my mind. He said it, but he did. And back to abortion, the judge said it's okay to kill millions of babies, not to hurt women's feelings. So what about God's feelings? What will the woman and the judge tell God when God asked him, did you murder the children? All the children you killed were my children. What about the judge that didn't want to hurt people's feelings? As in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, They gave in to the gays and gave them 4 rights. So many rights they had, they were able to put a bed in the streets, and if a person walked within a certain number of feet of that bed, they could legally rape him. They didn't want women. The gays wanted men. And this is precisely why the 2 angels went in to get Lot and his family out. They tried to rape the angels, and Lot prevented it. And of course, that wasn't going to happen. Angels would have stepped out the door, and everybody within sight, they would have dropped dead. But Lot said, no, you're not going to get in here, and you can't have them. I have 2 daughters that have not known men. You can have them. He was protecting the angels. Lot was told to leave, and they got him out. I don't know, they shielded him, but he got out. And that night, 4 cities were destroyed. Not only Sodom and Gomorrah, there's 2 other cities. 4 out of 5 cities were destroyed. The reason the 5th was not destroyed is the judge had not yet made a decision about that city having legal gay rights. And if I have time, I will get to the other, and I barely have time. This is one that's going to make you mad. Sorry about that. I don't even have to go and read it. I was watching Border Wars the other night, and I did a blog about one from a town in Texas near Brownsville, and the supervisor actually being pissed off because he could not make an arrest on a Hispanic woman. She was legal. But if you were to get rid of the real red tape involved, red tape is just that. It is an excuse to prolong something that you cannot legally do. And that's what they do. By not knowing, they take the easy step out and just say, look, we'll do it this way. We'll send everybody back that we catch. Woman has lived here all of her life. She moved here when she was 6 months old. She has a husband, American husband. She has a family, 5 children. And she went back to visit an aunt that was dying in Mexico, and they would not let her return. So then she tried to sneak in. They caught her, fined her $5,000, sent her back, said you cannot return for 6 years. That is where I differ. If I was the police, the sheriff, the border patrol, the DEA, whoever stopped her, guys, there's been many, many times when I wrote up people for drugs. Drugs got to be such a regular event. I mean, half of the people I stopped after 6 p.m. and most of the people at night, there were 2 people out that I stopped, or 3 people, drunks, burglars, and pushers. Our Highway 280 leads from Birmingham is supposed to be East and West Highway, but it's actually running northeast and southwest. Northwest and southeast. And hot spot for us. I made some big arrests, a lot of drugs. And it got to be, you know what, there's so many. I'm not going to spend my time on those who has a joint or 2. I just went after those that had a lot. I would have let that Hispanic female right on in. I would have turned my head and I would have gone after bigger fish. I think that's wrong to turn these people away who have lived here all their life, whether they're legal or not. I think they are the ones that should be made legal. And I think immediately, and I think the discretion on the street should be able to do that. Again, red tape is, used as about 5 different discrimination points and used as a stall tactic and used as an excuse. Cut the friggin' red tape out. The border line should not be considered illegal. And you know what I'm talking about. Those hard-working people that's been here all their life, and I'm going to give you one more example, then I'm ending this one. While I had my stores, they weren't doing too well. I had sold everything but one, had 2 businesses, and I had leased them out, both. A friend of mine called and wanted me to build some houses, and I built 44 houses for him and started a house every 18 days. I'm sorry, every 22 days. Apologize. And I had 16 crews, and I ran all of them. And of the 16 crews, 11 were Hispanic. And 2 of those crews, one house cleaning white people, one house cleaning Hispanic. The girl house cleaner, the Hispanic, ran a crew herself. She even ran a brick mason crew and a block laying crew. She lived, born right there, 60 feet across the Rio Grande, moved to Dallas with her parents at the age of 6 months. She is 30 plus years old now. Actually now right here about 40. She's still illegal today. She has children, been married twice, and she still hides. Still illegal. She pays her taxes. She works hard. She brings money in for this country. She pays her legal part in tax. But yet, if she's caught, they will ship her home. I say bull crap. Cut the friggin' red tape out. You cops out on the street. By gosh, I know you have turned your head on other things. I know you have. Don't tell me you are straight up. None of us are straight up. Let some of these people in and don't bug them every time they're running up and down the street. Go after the big fish. Jody Wolf Expoz.